This is my life. This is my passion. This is Ike's Outdoors.
Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. This is a bow review on the 2013 Bear Motive 7. This is a new bow for this year from Bear. This is one of their flagship models. It's available in a 7-inch brace sight as well as a 6. The one we're reviewing here today is the Motive 7, so it has a 7-inch brace sight on it. Axle to axle on this bow is 32 inches. Weight on this bow is 4 pounds. Draw weight, peak weights 50, 60, and 70 pounds on this bow. Draw length is adjustable from 26.5 to 31, and this is a module based cam with dual draw stops. 75% let off, so it doesn't go up to the 85%, but it does have 75% let off on it, and it's IBO rated for 340 feet per second. This is the new hybrid cam from Bear. This is called the H13. This is the synchronized hybrid cam system. So it's got the max preloaded limbs on it. It's got the dual draw stops on it like Bear puts on most of their bows nowadays. It has the 4x4 roller guard system on it, and it has some really nice looking limb pockets on the top as well. Nice wide limb pockets. It really secures the split limb on there. Really secures those split limbs really well. Easy to adjust. The draw weight on this really wasn't no problem as far as that goes. Tuning wise, I had this bow tuned and set up to shoot in 15 to 20 minutes. Tuning this bow out, as far as walk back tuning, broadhead tuning, had absolutely zero problem with this bow tuning it. On clearance wise, you know, a lot of these bows nowadays are getting to where the cables are more and more into the center. Clearance wise, I didn't have to do anything. I'm using a drop away rest. I had to move my arrow just a little bit to where my cock vane was out and kind of up a little bit, but other than that, had zero clearance issues with this bow. The bow is really quiet. You'll see when we're going to shoot it here in a few minutes. The bow really is nice and quiet. The dual string stops on it work real well to quiet this thing down. Just a touch of vibration into it, not bad, just a little bit that you can feel. And this hybrid cam system is putting out, we speed tested this thing at 30-inch draw, 70 pounds, 360 grain arrow, and we were able to get, I had 20 grains of, I had my peep sight and a loop on the string, about 20 grains of weight on the string, and I was able to get 330 feet per second. We're going to show you that speed test here in just a second. The speed on this bow, with IBO rating of 340, and with my setup, my arrow being just a little bit long, or a little bit heavy, and having a little bit of weight on this string, we got 325 on one shot and 330 on the other shot. So I think this bow will meet the IBO. 330 is exactly what it should be shooting with that heavier arrow and with this stuff on the string. So really great speeds for a bow that's got a 7-inch brace sight on it, and good speeds for this hybrid cam system. I rarely get bows that I test out that actually hit the IBO rating, and this is straight out of the box. This bow is, I didn't tinker with anything, the cams, I didn't tune anything other than just doing the basic paper tune, walk back tune, broadhead tune to get it shooting at its best that I would any bow, but the thing shoots fantastic straight out of the box. So we'll show you our speed test here, and then we'll also show you me doing, I'll just step back here and shoot 9 or 10 arrows out of it here and kind of talk about how this bow shoots. 70-pound draw weight, 30-inch draw length, and a 360 grain arrow. This bow's got a really good draw cycle to it. Really like the draw cycle. It builds up to the peak weight pretty slow, and so it builds up to it pretty slow instead of just dumping off the end. It has a nice gradual drop off. So the draw arc on this is a nice even pull all the way into the let off. No big hump into it to try to roll that cam over, and no big drop off once you get into the valley. Right there I'm about at peak weight, and then it rolls over. So nice feel to the draw cycle on this thing. Really feels great at full draw. It's got dual draw stops on top and bottom. You can see these are cable draw stops. And at full draw, the back wall is just absolutely solid. You can see that cam rotate just a little bit more, but I'm really pulling to get it to do it. Creeping with this bow, I mean, you can really relax with this bow and then it doesn't want to take off. I mean, it really feels great. Whew. I held it for so long there I kind of flinched, but feels great at full draw. You can really get into that back wall. It's a good solid back wall. It doesn't want to creep, doesn't want to run off on you. You know, some bows when you get them back, if you let up any on them, they really want to take off on you. Now, this one feels great at full draw too, because it's got such short limbs on it. It's got a longer axle. The axle to axle on this is only, I think it's 32 inches or something like that. So it's a short axle to axle bow, but it's got a long riser and short limbs. So it feels like a much longer bow when you got it at full draw. It just feels so nice. Whew, I'm busting arrows with it too. This feels so nice at full draw. It feels a lot more like a longer axle to axle bow than it does a short hunting bow. The grip on this bow is nice. It's a rubberized grip, and it's got a real good feel to it. A little bit thick, you know, but not overly thick. You know, I got smaller hands, but it still feels good when I come in at full draw. All the way through, it still feels really good. I'm not having to try to adjust my hand or do anything like that. And little or no vibration on the shock. Just a touch, I mean, just a little bit that you can feel, but definitely very little hand shock to this bow. And good speeds out of it. That cam's really producing great speeds. The bow is super quiet. I mean, you can hear when I'm shooting, this bow is not making hardly any noise at all. And I've got my microphone. I mean, we're sitting right next to a microphone that's jacked up pretty good to catch all the noise from me talking. But really super quiet. That roller guard system seems to be pretty fluid. It's got a really nice feel all the way through. No kinks, no snags, or nothing like that. The strings going through that roller guard seem to be in pretty good shape. Some of these roller guards want to kind of chew the strings up, but just a nice, good feel to this bow. And very accurate. I'm only at about 20 yards here, but I'm just stacking arrows on top of each other. I had to start aiming down there toward the last few because it has so many stacked up toward the top side of that target. Alright, so you can see there by shooting this bow's got a great draw cycle to it. Like I said, when I was shooting it, builds up nice, hits that peak and holds for just a couple inches, even if that, inch and a half maybe, and then it drops right back down into the valley nice and smooth. Some bows, when they draw, they hit that peak, stack up pretty sharp, and they got a huge hump, and then they drop way off. This one's got a nice rounded draw cycle to it, got a really good valley on it. Back wall's fantastic, and the bow just shoots great. I mean, I am just absolutely wadding arrows with this bow. And the bow looks fantastic. Bear's got some machining, done some really nice machining on this bow. You got, you know, these two medallions on each side. The grip looks cool. The graphics on the limbs look great. I mean, they're really nice looking graphics on the limbs overall, and Bear's really made this bow look really nice overall. It's available in a couple different finishes. It's available in a target finish, and it's available in black, and it's also available in this Realtree APG that I've got here. This is going to be a great do-it-all bow because it feels so good and has such a good solid shooting platform. When you're at full draw, you could shoot. I would not be afraid to go out and shoot 3D with this bow any day of the week. Fast enough, it's got a good enough stability at full draw, and feels great. You know, it shoots consistently, shoots accurately, so it would make a fantastic 3D bow as well as a hunting bow, which is what it's designed for. I mean, would be a fantastic little hunting bow to maneuver around a tree stand. Good speeds, good kinetic energy, you know what it's putting out. So this overall fantastic bow, and not really much I can complain about on this bow. Really got no complaints overall. Finish on this one's a little bit rough, but this bow has probably been to a few shows. This may have been the bow I shot at the ATA show this year. So I mean, other than a couple little spots on the finish where this thing was probably shot quite a bit at the show, everything feels good, everything looks good. Absolutely no complaints about the new Bear motive, and I'm very, very impressed with the new offerings that Bear has to offer, or is offering up this year. I also shot the Method earlier this year, and the Method for a mid-price bow is absolutely fantastic. You're not missing a whole lot when it comes to the Method from what you're getting from other flagship bows. So the Method is an outstanding bow as well. Definitely one that's worth a shot. So this is the Bear Motive 7, and one bow that I absolutely love and absolutely shoots fantastic, and I think Bear has really got a great bow on their hands here, and the IBO rating on it is dead on, so really impressed with that as well. I'm sure the Motive 6 is a fantastic bow as well, because it's going to be this same bow, same stuff, just a little different geometry on the cam and a little shorter brace height. So check this out. You can go to Bear's website to check this out, which we'll put that down here in our description of the video, so you can go directly to that. But it's beararcheryproducts.com is the name of the website. And for more product reviews, bow reviews, and how-to videos, you can check out our website, ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys.